This is sketchy. Mazda. I ain't kidding. This is sketchy. You can't disable it. I mean, if I die, it's Mazda's fault. And, you know, you guys are going to be the first to know. And there is no way to disable the hybrid battery on this thing. There's no way. You just don't do it. So, this is a 2024 CX-90. It's a mild hybrid, inline straight six. Yeah, we need to replace the hybrid battery. It has a code. What's code? So it's one of two codes. This is a service alert bulletin from Mazda. This thing came in with a code P0DAB, and it is set for basically it's a battery balance issue. It's a balance issue in the mild hybrid battery, and it's just a 48 volt battery. And while they say, you know, 48 volt battery, you know, it can't kill you, you know, but it can, you know, depending on the circumstances, you know, depending on the resistance of your body and stuff like that, you know. I guess, you know, if you know, stick your tongue on it, you know, or something like that. But anyway, you know, I mean, who wants to get shocked by a battery, you know, even if it doesn't kill you? Do you want to get shocked? No, you don't want to get shocked. I guess the main thing that would be really, I guess, dangerous is it can short. So it can short to something. If it shorts to something, then it's definitely going to arc. It's going to arc, it's going to spark, things are going to heat up, and that most definitely can burn you. And you can be harmed by it. Probably not killed, but of course it is a lithium-ion battery. So yeah, if you puncture it, yeah, everything dies. I mean, you know, it's just, you know, fire and brimstone, you know, if the whole vehicle goes down. You can't stop it, you know, once that happens. Of course, we ain't going to be puncturing any batteries today, but we do have to replace it. And, you know, one of the really cool features that I thought was cool, but stupid, yeah, I did say stupid, Mazda, is Mazda uses the AC system to cool this battery down. So rather than having coolant flowing through it or anything like that, it actually uses the refrigerant from the AC system. So this same AC refrigerant that cools the passengers in the passenger compartment is the same freon that flows through the hybrid battery and cools that battery down. Now it's cold today, you know, but what am I getting at? I have to discharge the AC system. So the first thing I'm going to need to do is I need to get in here. I need to disconnect the battery, of course, you know, which, you know, means pull the cowl panel off. So we've done that 100 times. So I'm going to pull the cowl panel off on that side. I am going to disconnect the battery. I'm going to get the AC machine over here, and of course this is YF. I believe so. Yeah. Okay. Yep. I'm looking in the wrong place. Anyway, it is 1, 2, 3, 4 YF refrigerant. So that means it's going to take like an hour to get the freon out of this thing, especially on a cold day like today. It's like 5 o'clock already, yeah, because, you know, I like starting videos late. So, well, I'm gonna start pulling the freon out, disconnect that battery, get the thing up in the air. Let's get it up in the air and let's just look at it and see what we got to do, because we got to take some panels off, got to take some exhaust off, like something like that, and let's just look at it and see what happens. Oh no. I should probably tell you what this bulletin's about. So this is a service alert bulletin, and for 2024 CX-90 MHEV inline 6, and it has a VIN breakdown, are vehicles produced between December 27, 2022 and April 24th, 2024. Some vehicles may experience a check engine light on and the message engine hybrid system and I-stop malfunction on the display panel in the center of your instrument cluster, and have one or both of the DTCs. It's the DTCs are P0DAB, :17 and P0DAB, and that's it. And it basically, it doesn't tell you much. I mean, it just says that you know, check for if it has either of these codes. Yeah, it does. It has one of them. Is 7024J open. So 724J was a program. It was a recall, and this one was done. I know that for sure. So 74. Where is it? Come on now. Come on. 7024J is the one with the multiple ECUs programming. So it was a couple different ECUs. I can't remember off the top of my head which ones were which. This one was actually done in January of 2025. So it was done a while back. So this asks, how, you know, was that bulletin done? Yes, if it was, and it definitely was here, go to the next step. And it says if one or both of the DCCs are present, replace the MHEV battery. Refer to parts information below according to the instructions MGSS, M hybrid boost battery removal and installation. If the answer is no, if it hasn't been done, then it says replace the MHEV battery, refer to the parts information below, and it says the same thing. So why even asking the question? After the MHEV battery is replaced, perform the recall if it hasn't been done. So that's the only difference. Test drive the vehicle and verify there are no DTCs. They're not explaining anything. From what I understand, this code comes up because of an imbalance in the battery, and you can't have an imbalance. It's just a series of cells, and you can't have one cell that is imbalanced from another one, even if it's 48 volts. It's a lithium-ion battery. They're pretty much rapid charge, rapid discharge batteries, and you don't want, what they're going to want to do is balance themselves out. And if you have a cell that's really low and a whole bunch of cells that are high, they're going to all want to charge that one cell. And when that happens, you have a rush of power, rush of current, and that can heat stuff up. And if the battery heats up, then the battery can, you know, I mean, catch on fire, you know, I mean, it's going to get hot. Something's going to get hot. Lithium-ion batteries, they can explode, you know, if they're punctured or something like that. If they get hot, something melts, it melts into other ones, and then those get hot, and those melt into other ones, and then they melt into other ones, and melt into other ones, and then you just got, you know, fire and brimstone, you know. So this is, from what I can understand, it's a battery imbalance issue. For some reason, some of the cells aren't balancing out the way they're supposed to, so we're just replacing the whole battery pack. Let me show you what I'm sure that I don't have anything taken off, so what I believe the battery pack is here. What they want us to do is take the front cover off, middle cover, rear cover. They want us to get this, let's see, we got AC lines coming right here. I believe it's right here. They want us to take this off. They want us to take this exhaust off. So we'll see what we gotta do. I'm just gonna start taking stuff apart and see what I can get to, and what I need to take off to get to what I need to get to. Here's the battery. So we should probably check this, make sure this is okay before we take it, you know, take everything apart. It's not that heavy, you know. I mean, for my back, you know, I'd rather not have to lift it, but it's not that bad. So let's open this box and see what's in there. I got the AC machine hooked up right there, so I'm gonna pull Freon out. That's gonna take forever. So while that's happening, we we can open this box and check out this battery. You never know. So it's just kind of a weird thing to me, you know, and this is why I think it's weird. Of course, these vehicles are still brand new. And what I thought was kind of weird is sometimes people, they hit things with the front of their car, or maybe something flies through the front of the bumper or whatever, through the grill, you know, it hits the AC condenser, you know, AC condenser gets hit, all the Freon goes out, you know, and this thing has 800 grams of YF Freon at $1.05 a gram. Yeah, that's expensive, 800 grams. All right, so so what I was thinking at the time when I first heard about this and saw this is like, I've seen it so many times that people, something flies through their radiator, they get radiator condenser gets hit, all the Freon goes out. They realize they got to pay for a brand new radiator or a brand new AC condenser and all that Freon that goes in there. That's a lot of money. And they're like, you know what, I think, you know, it's winter time. I can live without, you know, AC for a while, you know, and then a while gets a little bit long, gets a little bit longer. I mean, I live in South Central Texas. It gets hot, you know, so anything under 80 degrees is cold to me. But I've lived many years with no AC in my truck, you know, just driving, roll down the windows or whatever. And this thing, you can't really do that. I mean, that battery needs to cool down. It needs to cool down in the summertime, and you need Freon in order to do it. So I always thought that was kind of a weird thing. Speaking of expenses and things that are weird or whatever, so just check this out. Just bear with me for a second. This is a 23 CX-90 that came in with a iStop issue and codes for iStop and DC to DC converter, which is weird. It's another weird thing. It's the vehicle has iStop, but it doesn't. Whenever Mazda came out with IE Loop, it's like it was set up for iStop, but those vehicles didn't have iStop. They just had IE Loop. Like, why? Why, Mazda? Just put a bigger battery or whatever. You know, this DC to DC converter helps keep the battery or the vehicle, you know, with to have enough power. You know how Mazda, they just like battery power. So I saw the problem with this. I'm like, man, I'm gonna have to get in there and I'm gonna have to diagnose this. Well, check it out. This was hanging down below. This is the DC to DC converter. Look at that. It's got a big old hole in it. It's got contamination getting into the circuit board there, so it's completely broke off. It's broke off right there and broke off right here. It goes onto a bracket way down there. And I don't think this vehicle was wrecked. I have no idea. It's just kind of weird. That's just one of those weird things. Anyway, let's look at this battery pack. Let me open this box carefully and we can see what's in there. So there she is, lithium ion. Where's the connector on this thing? Oh, ooh, right there where my hand was. So that's it. The battery actually connects over here. This is where your AC hoses go in, right? Control, that's some sensor. Not sure which one, I have to look into that. But that is it. So the mild hybrid battery, that's it, 48 volts. Not that big of a thing, right? I'm sure it's pretty expensive though. So what's the deal with this? I mean, it's corrosive. It can explode. There's your part number right there. Anyway, let's see how much Freon we still got. Oh, it's coming down. 84%. So let's get this battery disconnected over here and wait till this thing discharges, then just start taking all those panels off below, see how much we can get done before the end of the day. So yeah, it's getting late. So let's start doing that now. Well, you know me, I like to do things backwards. So they said to take out the front cover, then the middle cover, then the rear cover. I decided to take the rear cover off, then the middle cover. I don't need to take the front cover off. And then of course there was a clip, a fastener right here, and then there was one bolt up under here where the lift is right in the way. So I use a wrench on it, but anyway, there we go. There it is right there. So they want you to take this down. I think that I can just kind of move this out of the way, get that nut off right there, move it out of the way. We got our AC lines. We got the high voltage lines, the ground. So let's see. I mean, it doesn't look like much, right? There's a big bolt holding it there, right there. There's some up there. We may need to take this down, which means we're gonna have to get this side off. Let's see. This doesn't look like it's gonna be that big of a deal, really. Let's just, you know, start taking it off and see what happens. All right. That nut right there, this nut right here, this should move down. Not that big of a deal. Looks like we got two, 12mm nuts right there. Yeah. Okay. So I'm just looking at the way these AC lines are right here. So we got an AC line. We got AC lines that come from the front this way, loops around right here, goes in right there, and right back there. We also got AC lines that hook right here and here. They go up this way and go up there to that unit right there, which is, where are we? We're like at the back of the front doors, right in the middle. It looks like it goes into the center console. That might be for the rear AC. Anyway, let's get these off. And let's take this cover off. So got a bunch of 10mm. these 10 millimeters right here. The AC is discharged. I wonder if I should pull those off separate. Yeah. Okay. So, yeah, that's just had vacuum in. I'm gonna pull them off separate. So there are 2 more bolts right here. I had these long 10 millimeter bolts holding those in. And then I got 2 more 10 millimeter right here. And one that I can't get to because this cover's in the way. Let me take the cover off. So this is, yeah, I should be able to move these. I wasn't sure if these hoses were gonna move in the same fashion because they're going different directions. Just want to make sure they're going to be out of the way whenever I drop that. So let me take this one that covers the danger off. Come on, it's stuck. Okay. Set that on the floor. One more AC line right here. Okay, so we should be able to get all this out of the way. Have this connection right here. Let me see. Where's my tools? That off of there. Squeeze that, pull that off. Okay. Now, that clip off of there. Should I pull this down? Okay. So, it looks like the way this thing is built, I mean, it's just plastic, right? But this cover, so I get this big cable right here. This is obviously a ground because it's going to ground. So this has got to be a ground, no shocking. And that's a big cable that goes up to stuff up above the transmission. Then this has got to be your positive. There's a little clip here I can pull down, but I can't open it. I can't open it because it won't let this thing open because it's touching right there. So this won't open until this is down. So you get the negative down, you get this little bracket that's underneath it down, and then you get the positive down. So that's what they want you to do. I am going to go and read the directions. Yeah, I'm gonna read the construction manual and just to make sure, because I'm pretty sure there is no way to disable. I haven't seen any way of disabling this system. Of course, it's only 48 volts. Can it kill you? I mean, yeah, it depends on the resistance of your body, you know. So they say, what is it? Okay, come on. 50 volts AC and more can kill you. When it comes to direct current, which is what this is, DC, 120 volts and more can kill you. But if it's less, it can still kill you. It depends on the resistance of your body. And, you know, I mean, if you're, you know, don't have much resistance in your body, you know, what's your water weight factor, if you actually touch it in an area that you don't have much skin, you have a sore, or whatever, you know, there's a bunch of different things that vary and stuff like that. I still don't want to touch it, you know. Maybe, you know, it'll shock you. I don't know if 48 volts will shock you. It's not the voltage, it's the current. That's what they say, it's the current. Of course, the voltage and current kind of go hand in hand. Anyway, regardless of all that, I'm gonna read the book and I'll find out. I'll be back. So Mazda says, okay, so get this. No, there is no way to disable it. Double, triple check. Verify that the generation of voltage does not occur using a voltmeter. Okay, translating that means, you know, check, make sure and verify that there's no voltage. That's what I think. That's what I think it means. Verify that the generation of voltage does not occur using a voltmeter. Next step, if voltage is applied, go to the next step, being careful not to cause a short circuit. Okay, so what's the next step? Remove an order indicated in the table, which is basically disconnect it. So verify that there's no voltage. If there is voltage, just disconnect it. Don't worry about the voltage. So you know what I'm gonna do? I got some brand new gloves. Brand new gloves here. I've never even used them. They're brand spanking new. That's a good thing. Where's the date on this? They should have a date on them. Tested August 1st, 2025. So when these things are out of the bag, you got to get them retested every 6 months. These do not look like extra large. They don't look like, no. But anyway, so these are brand new. They should be fine. Check them out. Make sure they don't have any leaks or nothing, no pinholes or anything like that. Of course, there shouldn't. I just took them out of the bag, you know. So just make sure that it doesn't have any. What is it? Graphite. Yeah, graphite is conductive. Did you know that? So if you were to get a pencil lead, which is actually not lead, it's graphite, and strike across this, then it would be no good. You'd have to throw them away. So yeah, and then my regular protected gloves, which these are extra large. They say extra large on there. So just in case. Yeah, they fit tight. They feel good. They feel good, you know. So it's when you sweat in them, that's when, you know, you can't take them off. And then these right here are to protect these gloves. So let's, wow, these are supposed to be extra large. What's going on with that? You can't even bend your fingers. They say extra large. I don't know. I don't think so. Anyway, I better find my voltmeter. Let's get the voltmeter and let's check this thing out. See how much voltage we got. So, this is sketchy. Mazda. I ain't kidding. This is sketchy. You can't disable it. I mean, if I die, it's Mazda's fault. And, you know, you guys are going to be the first to know. So I know, I hear you. I hear what you're saying. Yeah, I know. You're used to working with, you know, 200, 300, 400 volt batteries. You're worried about a 48 volt battery. Yeah, I still don't want to get shocked. You know, heck, the new batteries coming out, they're 800 volts. Yeah, and the quick chargers won't even charge. They only charge up to 400 volts. What just happened? Come on, turn this off, turn it back on. I need DC voltage. DC voltage. Stay up there. I know y'all guys can't see this. I can't turn my light on. I can't see it. Okay. We got positive right there. We got negative right here. What do we got? What do we got? Am I on it? Are you kidding me? What's going on? What do I have here? What am I doing? Is it this one back here? Watch, I'm gonna short something. It's gonna arc. It's gonna spark. There's gonna be a fire just because I'm trying to do this. I don't have anything. I don't have any voltage. Are you serious? Is there maybe there's a power relay assembly inside this? I'm just trying to read my voltage. I have no voltage. I got nothing. It's like if voltage occurs, then just continue on. I have 0.003 volts. 0.003. I don't have anything. Come on, open this up. Let's go. Great, that ain't working. These fancy schmancy new gloves aren't helping. Oh yeah, I can't take that off until, yeah, I'm on the right thing. So right in there and right here. And I got 0.003. What are y'all so worried about? God, now I'm all tangled up. Let's get this battery off. Okay, this one. That one's first. Pull that out of the way. We got this one. It's the ground going to the body. Now, this one. This one. And this one can come down before the positive will actually open. All right. So what's this cable? Okay, I'm not gonna worry about it because Mazda said don't worry about it. Let's set this stuff aside. Disconnect that. Don't let anything short. Oh, I haven't gotten shocked yet. Okay, that was easy. What else? Let me get this off. I don't want to mess up these clips because they got to clip back on to the new one. Go on. Just roll off of there, yeah. Move that one aside. This one right here. I mean, I guess so. Just gotta move this so that this can come down out of the way. Everything's out of the way. Okay, now we can drop this thing down. It doesn't weigh that much. I'm gonna get the transmission jack just so I don't have to manhandle it over my head. So let me get that transmission jack. Turn this light on. Okay, see if we can keep from piercing through the battery pack. Wait. I'm gonna twist this like this since we seem to have a claw missing. That'll work. A bunch of 14 millimeters, a couple 12 millimeters over here. Nope, that's a 10. 12 millimeters. So you can even see what's going on here. Why is everything getting caught? There's a couple 10 millimeters, 12 millimeters, I mean, back in here. These two right here. And I need to get an extensione, stick it on there's a couple up here. We're gonna pull this bracket off. One more. Okay. What's holding on? Oh, it would probably be good if I didn't smash the AC line. There's the bracket. That's the bracket I was trying to get off. It'd be nice not to smash the AC line in between the transmission jack and the battery. Okay, so that's the bracket. Set that aside. Everything else looks like 14 millimeter. What do we got here? There's a 14 millimeter up here. Everything's falling. It's right there. Then there's two over here. Everything is still hitting on everything. Going right there. It's a long bolt. It's another 14 millimeter bolts. Now, will it come down? Come on, will you come down? Yeah. See, we don't need to take them stinking heat shields off. That's good enough. And there it is. And that's where it was. Power cables. Hey, since we're here, look, here's your transmission. What's this transfer case? Drive shaft coming out of the transfer case. Goes up to the front. Or it meets the differential that's bolted to the oil pan. And the front axle that goes through the oil pan. Transmission. So I've been asked about this. And honestly, I haven't actually looked into it, but people have asked me, hey, how do I replace the transmission fluid in my transmission? So you have a plug right here, right? I actually have to look into this, so I want to tell you the right way, but you see how this plug right here, it's kind of indented and it goes in more than this one. So this would be your drain plug. This would be your inspection plug. This probably has a tube that goes up. You take that off, there's a tube that goes up there. So you take this plug off and you drain all your fluid. Then you put this plug on, and then somewhere around here there's probably a fill plug. I need to find it. I'll find out. Or you may actually have to fill it right here. But you fill it and it goes up that tube and it drains out of that tube and comes into the transmission pan, fills up the transmission pan until it gets to the top of that tube, and when it starts dribbling out the top of the tube coming out of here, then it's full. I need to let me look into where the fill plug is, and I will let you know. But for now, it is the end of the day, so we will continue this tomorrow. We got a brand new lithium-ion battery sitting right here. Got the old battery out, sitting right there. We will get that swapped over with that, and then we will get it on and put it all together and test drive it, and according to Mazda, it should be done. That's it. So I will see you tomorrow. Well, good morning. We gotta get this battery in. I went in, I took it off the jack and I stuck it on the floor over here. We can compare it to the new one. I did some looking into this wiring schematics and stuff last night, and there are a couple things inside that battery pack. Of course, there is an expansion valve. There's an electronical controlled expansion valve, which of course makes sense because you want to control how much cooling you're getting through the AC system. There's a couple pressure sensors for the air conditioning system, and there's a couple temperature sensors for, of course, the battery. And there are two control area networks that go into that, the one from the TCM, one from the PCM. Don't know what they do or what they go through. My guess is there's got to be some kind of power relay assembly or something in there. I went ahead and I checked the new battery, and I got them sitting over here on the floor. I went ahead and I checked the new battery, and I have absolutely no power right here from the new battery. So my guess is it's turned off, which makes sense. You know, it'd be turned off if the power, if it had a power relay assembly and it's disconnected. All of that right there would be from this. Where's the connector? This connector right here, this little connector right here. So, because that's it. So we got a couple sensors, two control area networks. It's like, I guess 4 sensors altogether, a actuator for the expansion valve, and 2 control area networks going through this connector right here, and that is it. Everything else is just power and ground. So, yeah, so we need to get this battery in. The thing's not even that heavy. So, I'm gonna grab this up and stick it up on this jack, and let's get it in there. Okay, let's get this up here. How is that sitting? Something like that. Move that over. Yeah, it's not that heavy. So let me show you this. I said I would look into this for you. So there are 2 different transmissions for these vehicles.
and I can't tell you exactly which one is which. One's for the plug-in hybrid, the other one is for this one with the straight 6, the mild hybrid. When it comes to this back here, they're pretty much the same. This plug right here, and these are plastic, so they turn 90 degrees and then they come straight out, both of them. So this one is your drain plug, this one is your check or fill plug. So if you take this one off, it has a tube that goes up, and this one doesn't. You pull this one off with it sitting here cold like this, you're probably going to get some fluid coming out. Take this one off, it's going to drain pretty much everything in the pan. To fill it, you have to fill right here. So put that plug back on, and you have to have some kind of pump or something that's going to pump fluid up in here. One of the transmissions takes 9 quarts, and the other one takes 8.6 quarts. It uses the, I believe it's the A7 transmission fluid. So what I would do is I would overfill this. So I would drain it, take this off, overfill it, pump fluid in there, overfill it, you know, not too much, but overfill it, put this plug in, start it up, get it up to operating temperature, then pull this plug out and just let the fluid drain with the thing running at temperature until it just starts to dribble out, then put the plug on, and then you're good. There is a what is it there? So there is a filter. There's a filter. Okay, so there's a filter that is attached to this pan on the inside. You cannot take the pan off and change that filter. If you want to change the filter, you got to change the whole pan. That's the way they make them. So that is what I know of this right now. If I get a vehicle that needs a transmission fluid service, then I'll make a video on how to do that, because I don't know how to do it. I've pretty much told you everything that I know right now. So that's pretty much it. This is the first time I've had these covers off on one of these vehicles. So let's finish this job. Let's get this battery, boost battery, up in here and get all this put together, and let's you know, start it up and make sure the thing runs and doesn't have codes and stuff like that. So let's see what happens. the AC machine hooked up here. It's just pulling vacuum right now. So yeah, I'm gonna let this go. I'm gonna wait till I get Freon in it before I hook up that negative battery terminal. I mean, I'm not sure exactly how this thing goes. I haven't looked into it, you know, but I'm pretty sure that if it has no Freon in it, there's pressure sensors in that battery. It may put up some kind of different fault or something like that, saying, hey, I got no Freon, so, you know, our hybrid drive system or battery boost system is not going to work properly. It probably set some kind of codes or anything or something. Anyway, this takes a while. It's a YF, so I'll wait till that thing, you know, is able to charge it up, and then we will plug in the battery, clear the codes, and drive it and make sure that everything's all right. So I got everything together, and just clearing all the codes and everything like that. I actually had a code for lack of communication with the hybrid battery. So I cleared that, and I was gonna take it out on the road and see how she performs. Other than that, you know, everything should be good. Let's see what happens. Well, pretty uneventful repair. Nobody got electrocuted. You know, it's shocking how easy it was to replace. It's kind of weird that Mazda's like, you know, hey, check and make sure there's no voltage here, but if there's voltage, just go ahead and replace it. You know, there's got to be a power relay assembly or something inside that box, besides what I can see in the wiring schematic. And I'd like to open it up and look at, you know, see what's in there, but yeah, alas, it must go back to warranty. So I got to turn it in. I'm sure I'd probably get in trouble if I open that thing up. Just to let you know, this vehicle has 28,529 miles on it, and the code was basically for a battery balance issue, cell balance, which is a big deal. It really is, especially, and I mean, this is only 48 volt, you know, but it's still a lithium ion. You get a rush of power from cell to cell, you can actually start a fire, and that ain't no joke. Once those things start to burn, you can't stop them. You just gotta just let them burn out. That's it. I mean, for the big high voltage, high power hybrids and EVs and stuff, we have a blanket. We got a big blanket. That thing is really heavy. It takes a couple people to handle it, but if one were to catch on fire in the shop, they tell you to throw that blanket over it, and what that blanket does, it doesn't put out the fire, it just stops the fire from melting and burning everything else. You know, it stops the building from burning down. It won't stop the fire. You could probably drive the thing into a lake on fire and it's not going to stop burning. That's just the way lithium ion batteries are. But anyway, this one is fixed. I went ahead and I drove it, and I got no codes, nothing, no check engine light, no you know, weird message on the display or anything like that. It's running fine, it's shifting fine. It you know, it's good, it's smooth, it's running smooth, just like they all do. So I thank you guys for sticking around. I appreciate the heck out of each and every one of you. I really do. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up button, and don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.